Welcome to Unikronn's Gaming, and this is another 2D Sunday-ish. And today we're going to be talking about a game I recently purchased called Abathor. It's a 2D side-scrolling hack and slash multiplayer. It's 1 to 4 players. I've purchased this on the PS5. I believe it came out recently. When is this? This is August 2024, and I believe I bought it this month. I don't think I bought it in July. I'm sure it was August it came out. Anyway, yeah, these are the characters that you can choose from. You've got Krantor, Saius, Criteus, and Azais. Wow, yeah, there's some names there. Excuse my pronunciation because, yeah. Anyway, the Krantor, he's basically, if you've played Rust and Saga, the first one, you definitely know what to expect of him. The girl says she's similar-ish. She can block instead of have an invincibility dodge roll with a shield, but reach is very limited. Criteus, I thought it's gonna be like Shinobi, like some sort of ninja. He's not really. And then there's let me just call that guy Azais. He's the main person I went through most of this game with. He's pretty cool. Yes, so those are the characters. They differ slightly. He doesn't have, this guy here, Azais, he doesn't have an invincible roll, unfortunately, but he has a soul steal and a dash. So yeah, that's why I liked him. From what I can tell, I would say the inspirations are Rust and Saga. Music wise, it reminds me a lot of what is it called, Golden Axe, the first one. Music, you do have a magic system in this game as well, and also a little bit of a alternate item, a little bit similar to, what's the game I'm thinking of? Castlevania. The original Castlevanias before they became Metroidvanias. So yeah, so Castlevania, Golden Axe, Rust and Saga. It's got a story in there if you want to go through and read it. The presentation's really nice. Yeah, so that's what I would say its initial inspirations were. Easily the late 80s action arcade games. That's what I would say. Yeah. The story's okay. It's, one of those things. There's a big baddie. He's wreaking havoc across the lands. And you just got to go and destroy him. Yeah. So I didn't actually get to play this in multiplayer at all. I'm assuming that this game probably shines in multiplayer, to be honest. So I'm just going to talk about it from a one-player experience. It's a shame I didn't get to do multiplayer, but yeah, I don't know anybody else who owns the game, unfortunately. So yeah, that wasn't something I could test out. Wish I would have loved to do. Anyway, I'm just going to start talking about the gameplay next. General gameplay and with the characters that I was using at the time. One of the nice features about the game is that you can upgrade yourself. And you can do this by coming up to basically a shop. This guy here, or this ogre here, he has items. Once you've purchased them, you cannot upgrade them. They're gone, they're grayed out, you can't get them again. So basically, the further you go through the game, you just basically buy all of his stock. They don't change depending on which character that you choose, it's just these stock items. Yeah, so that was pretty cool. Add a bit of depth to the game. Across the levels, there are chests scattered everywhere. Just before I talk about the chest, there you go. That there is a respawn point. So if you die, you can restart from there. Yeah, chests look different. Inside them can be health, meat, power-ups, or items really, like this item here. You see there, that would bring Poseidon as a magic. Yeah, so there can be all sorts of things in chests as well. And there's the magic when you use the magic. So I was going to say a bit of Golden Axe influence there. So yeah, chests and items. Other things for general gameplay is your for want of a better word, for me, it's the circle button, the item button. Every character has a different thing. Some of them can dash. The barbarian character, I forget his name. It's not important, but you know, he has an invincible roll. This girl, she has I think it's a shield she puts up. Yeah, as you can see, her sword reach isn't the best. The guy that I use, he had a soul. He stole people's souls, and then once he got that soul, his next attack had fire connected to it, so it was more powerful, which is cool. As you can see, there's the roll, which has invincibility frames, which is cool. Only at the very start, so it's probably 1 or 2 frames, but I mean, you can easily time it because it's a very responsive 2D game, so that's not an issue. The guy who I thought was going to be a ninja, his thing was just a quick dash, which doesn't have any invincibility frame, so I'm not too sure why his version wasn't like that for his item. And he had very low reach, so yeah. Unfortunately, this game does have a little bit of knockback when you get hit, you know, like the original Castlevanias. Not as intrusive, but it's still there. And when there are pits and stuff, you can get knocked into it, so that is a bit annoying. Yeah, I think that's about it for the gameplay, really. You can't spam abilities. You do have a blue bar, so that would disappear and come back really quickly. So then you can use your ability again, but it stops you from spamming them over and over and over and over again. But yeah, that's about it. This is what I was talking about. This guy here, purple. That's his soul steal. As soon as he steals the soul, his attacks are more powerful, so they're red, which are pretty cool. Unfortunately, character movement still very stiff. Animation wise, they're just, yeah, you know, I would have liked him to have been, I don't know, not necessarily better, but more fluid. That's the word I'm looking for, fluid. It's taken a lot of inspiration from, I would say, late 80s games to mid 80s arcade games. So it's got some nice detail in there, but you know, it's the character movement's still stiff. All right then, what next? I don't know. General graphics. Backgrounds are nice. Really nice parallax scrolling. That's pretty cool. Varied backgrounds, which are nice. I like to see that a lot, and there's quite a bit of detail in the backgrounds. Characters themselves look okay. I would have liked them to be bigger personally, but as it's up to 4 players, I suppose you need quite a bit of screen real estate, so they can only be a certain size. Yeah. Enemy designs are nice. Boss designs are wonderful. So yeah, graphics I would say are really, really good in this game here. Oh, and another thing, is this the section where I show it? Yeah, that little beast thing there, if you hit it enough times and it drops this purple goo, it fills up the orb, you hit it, and you get a transformation, a la Altered Beast. Or, I don't know, even as Altered Beast, he more plays like Shadow of the Beast, you know, that Amiga game. Yeah, so you get added abilities and you're stronger, obviously. So that's also pretty cool. For audio, you know, sound, I would have liked it to be a lot of speech, to be honest. Because it's story based, I think they could have got a lot of speech, but it's an indie game, so there's budgets involved. So I understand that, but I would have liked that. The soundtracks, I think, are excellent. I think the music in this game is actually excellent. The groans and the hits, those type of sounds, they're okay. A little bit muffled for my liking. They could have been expressed a bit more. Yeah, but overall, I think the music really carries this game. I think the music is really, really good. It's one of those ones where there really should be a soundtrack for it. That'd be really nice. I'd also like to know what they used for creating their music. Is it just modern computer software, Or did they actually say, okay, we're going to limit ourselves to realistically what was around at the time? Because how close it is to like, I don't know, Auto Beast or Yamaha balls from back in the 80s, you know, the synth stuff. It's really close. So I'd really like to know if they limited themselves, or if they just, someone's got a really good ear and thought to themselves, right, I'm going to be purely inspired by those tracks and I'm going to use modern equipment to make it sound like that. Yeah. So that's basically the overall thoughts of this game. And now to the stuff I didn't really like. Yeah, when your inspiration is late 80s or mid 80s game, probably late 80s, why do they still choose the bad parts? Like these rope sections here, there were never strong points of games during, you know, that era. There was always, to me, the weaker points and the bits to like steal credits. So I mean, imagine this in 4-player mode. It's just, nah, I just don't like the rope sections and swing sections. To me, they're just weak. Simply because, I mean, you're going to see in a second, just how he swings on the rope. Just there you go, but what I was talking about, knockback from Castlevania. Yeah, still annoying. Yeah, I'm just not a fan of it. To me, that's a huge weak spot. But they doubled down later on this, and it was just really. I didn't like it in Rust and Saga or any other games that had it, and I don't like it in this. And here, this is a great stage. Great music as well, by the way. Lovely palette scrolling in this stage. But you get to a point where this swamp, you get hit, you die. It's a one-hit death, and then the thing's jumping out to hit you, and that's really way too close to some of the Castlevania sections where you get hit once and you just fall and die. They doubled down on that. I didn't like it. Plus, just to be more annoying, they put rope swings in there, and the rope swing mechanic is, to me, a bit off. I'm just going to show quite a few frustration moments where I was just dying. And I was just like, I'm sure I made that jump. Look, here we go. Look, there you go. See? And I think because the character animation is stiff as well, it doesn't help on here. The swing just looks a bit rough, and it feels a bit rough. And to me, that was a weak point. I mean, look at that. You can't. I couldn't shimmy up and down on the rope. I was doing it. I was pressing up and down. You just wouldn't do it. So yeah, it was just awkward, and it didn't feel nice to me. And look at that. He just didn't hold on to anything. I was pushing towards and up, and he just didn't. So there must be a certain point where you can grip the rope and where you can't. But I couldn't find that sweet spot. So yeah, that was. And look, here's what I'm talking about. These fish take more than one hit. I dodged that one, and here, bam, straight instant death. Really, really frustrating. So yeah, I didn't enjoy this section at all. The bad timing on my part. I can't blame anybody else but that. That's me. Yeah, so with this look at that, come on. So with that frustration, I saved the game and I came back later, and then this was my second and biggest problem why I stopped playing the game, really. Look, you can see how powerful I am here. I've got lightning in the sword. I've almost maxed out everything from the shop as well. I'm very powerful. This is level 4-4. So stage 4, level 4 of it. You can do stage 4-1, 4-2, 4-3, 4-4. And that's without me stealing souls. I've still got lightning in my sword. You can see it there. I've got lightning in the sword. Okay, cool. So my sword is powered up. So that's good. Yep. So like I said, I got to here. I saved it because this is the swinging section, and I got a bit frustrated. I wanted to play something else. I thought I'll come back and play it in a couple of hours' time. I'll get past the swinging section. You know, that's what happens. Sometimes you just can't get past the stage, and then you leave it for a bit, and then you ace it. So I loaded up the game. It put me in stage 4-1. Where's the lightning in the sword? Where's my power ups? I just loaded it back up to save. It's gone. is no longer there. All the items I bought from the store, I don't have. So I don't have my upgrades. And I'd put in 6 hours into the game. So yeah, that was really annoying. Anyway, here's some boss matches. Okay, the boss fights to me are the highlights of the game. There's some really cool ones in here. I'm only going to put in 2 because I don't want to spoil it for anyone. This Kraken, I believe, was the second time I fought him. He beat me first time. Well, technically he didn't beat me. I had one more hit to hit him, and one of those enemies from behind came and hit me. For whatever reason, I wasn't paying attention. I didn't notice him, and he just hit me and I died. I was like, damn it. So yeah, but this was the second time I fought him and I beat him. Like I said, the boss battles are, to me, the highlight of the game. They're really cool. I mean, look at the paradox scroll in there. So yeah, this character here is a little bit stiff, but the boss isn't that hard. I mean, and I think the bosses are also tailored for 4-player as well. So from what I saw, the bosses that I fought, there wasn't any of that annoying stuff where you just fall into bottomless caverns and things like that, because obviously they have to be made for 2, 3 and 4 players as well. So yeah, so the Kraken was almost dead here. But yeah, really fun boss battles, to be honest, and they look nice and they're animated well. So would I suggest people, oops, sorry, I knocked the desk again, I don't know if you heard that. Would I say that people should buy this game? I'd say yeah. If you enjoy these style of games, definitely go ahead and purchase this game. Especially in multiplayer. God, this must be really good in multiplayer. I have my issues and quirks a bit, but I've got every game, and everyone does. So yeah, my issue is really the saving thing, and after that I felt deflated and I couldn't be bothered. I didn't want to build up the character again. So yeah, but I mean, look at this boss. He's really huge and he just looks so menacing, and look at the animation for him. This was the second time I fought him because I forgot to use my magical item, which is that fish thing. Yeah, but now the time that I did play this game, I mostly enjoyed it. There's just a few little quibbles here and there, but anyway, this is the end of this video for me. I shall see you in the next one. Yeah, see you later. Peace.